What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Green Arrow issue number 5. Last we had seen is Oliver Queen meeting up with a future version of himself. That is Old Man Ollie, as he tries to fight and return back home, also trying to uncover what is going to happen if his family stays together, trying to figure out why all of this is happening. And so while he investigates all of this ongoing, we have Black Canary and Arsenal. They have been hunting down Amanda Waller, and Arsenal and her are going to one individual that might give them a little bit of insight on what is going on. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we have Brainiac in the 31st century, the Legion headquarters. He is going off about how time travel is not only illegal, it is also incredibly dangerous. That the energy inside of this machine is chaotic. It is unlike anything he has seen before, but he can use it to track where Oliver Queen had been taken. The only catch, only one of them can go, and that individual is going to be Connor Hawke. This is what picks us up with Oliver Queen and Old Man Ollie as they fight these alien-looking biker crews. We see them hightailing it through the city. As they drive off a cliff, we see that the car goes up into the air, referring to it as the aeroplane, getting airborne and headed back to what they call the Arrow Cave. Oliver knows that this Old Man Ollie, he has obviously been through hell. This Old Man Ollie had left the message that if the family were to stay together, it would lead to great disaster. But Ollie also knows himself better than anybody. He knows when somebody is hiding something. This is what takes us to the rooftop of the brick house. We have Arsenal, we have Canary, and we have Jade. And we learn that Jade knew their daughter was alive, but she doesn't travel in the same circles as Harper, with time travel, multiverse, aliens, all of that jazz. So when she found their daughter, she didn't understand what was going on. She didn't understand how she was alive and how she had aged so many years. Jade had kept watch over her, trained her, protected her. As the two begin to get into a heated argument, Canary breaks it up because none of this is helping them actually find her, or Connor, or Ollie. This is when Arsenal goes on to ask, what does Jade know about Amanda Waller? And though she is very vague, she says Waller has made deals, compromises she would never expect Amanda Waller to make. She's planning something bigger than any of them or the so-called heroes are ready for. Jade agrees to help find their daughter, but tells them that if Harper ever truly had feelings for Jade, to leave Amanda Waller alone. This is what picks us up with Oliver Queen, inside the Arrow Cave, looking around, seeing all the costumes, the whole family that had been lost, asking Old Man Ollie, is this because of me? And Old Man Ollie says that it's complicated, that he did everything to save their family, but Oliver says that that wasn't enough. Even though Old Man Ollie would argue that he wasn't there, he had to watch them die. He has no idea what it is like to see everyone you love taken off the board. The way Ollie sees it, you should have died with them. If their family was on the line, Oliver would stop at nothing to save them. There is no way that he would walk away from this kind of fight without dying himself. This is when Old Man Ollie goes to show him the time machine. The time machine he used to go back in time, make a deal with Amanda Waller, and then one with Parallax. He made moves to stop any of this from ever happening. He tells Ollie that I've tried to go back and change things, but it never worked. He tells him that I can send you anywhere in time and space if you want to explore the Wild West. If you want to go to faraway alien worlds, it is all open up to you. You simply cannot be with your family ever again. This is when Old Man Ollie takes an arrow straight to the freaking face. You see, Old Man Ollie had made a comment about never returning back to that island again, saying that they were always so afraid to go back and that's why they never returned. But what this Old Man Ollie didn't know, what gave him away, because Oliver Queen has returned to that island many times. That's where he goes to get his head back on straight. But Oliver also never tells anybody when he goes back to the island. He has never told anybody he has returned. The only person that would actually know that is Oliver Queen. This is why Ollie knows that this old man Oliver is in fact not him. Seeing the arrow in his face, we learn that this is a robot. Oliver decided to play along with Old Man Ollie once he figured it out, and then he took his shot once he had the opportunity. Oliver asking, is this even the future? And the robot Ollie says that this is the future I want for you, because he wants him to be punished. He really did make a deal. He used every trick in his arsenal to make sure Oliver's life was miserable. He didn't want him to just die. He wanted him to be alone. When Oliver asks, who are you? Old Man Ollie says that I am your greatest enemy, and then he throws him into the time machine. With Oliver getting up to his feet, this is where he runs into another Green Arrow, one with a white feather in his hat. This is right before he returned from the dead. Asking if this Oliver is a robot, Green Arrow says that he's not. This is when Ollie goes on to say that he's from the future. Someone is trying to make a mess of everything, but they are quickly interrupted with a whole slew of other Green Arrows, saying that they are all a little lost, but the last Green Arrow standing wins. Our Ollie and the Ollie that he just met. Neither of them know what the heck this is. Going ahead and finding out if these guys are robots. He shoots an arrow at one of them right into their hand, and we see that it starts to bleed. So these are in fact real individuals. As we see the fighting begin to break out, that is when our Oliver Queen takes an arrow right to the chest. The white feather Ollie putting it right into him, and then they push him over the edge. They let him know that he is not going anywhere. And that will be the end of this issue. I gotta say, out of all the titles in DC Comics right now, Green Arrow is definitely on the top of my list. It is probably one of the better titles that is coming out of DC Comics. Not only because it truly pays tribute to who Oliver Queen is, what he represents, and what his family represents, but it's also going into detail on the dawn of DC as a whole. You know, we had the Infinite Frontier, and then Dawn of DC took over, and none of us really understood what that meant. But the puzzle pieces are starting to come together. We know that Amanda Waller has something to do with that, but DC is keeping that under wraps with great intention. They are making sure that we have no idea what she is up to or what goals she is working towards. And it seems the only ones that seem to be focused on this are Arsenal and Canary. Out of all the DC heroes, these are the only two that are really worried about what Amanda Waller is doing. And they're only worried about this because the old man Ollie is the one that set things into play with Waller. And so the truth is, Arsenal and Canary accidentally walked into this whole little scheme that is going on. They are about to witness and see what Waller is actually doing, and that this is much bigger than just Oliver Queen and Green Arrow. This is much bigger than the Green Arrow family. This is Amanda Waller trying to take down heroes yet again, which I've aired my grievances on that a multitude of times. Amanda Waller was on Earth 3, she had her own Justice League, she sealed it off away from the rest of the multiverse, and then she just randomly comes back with a vengeance, mind you. Not really knowing why, not really knowing for what purpose, and we still don't know what happened to her Justice League. We still don't know what happened on Earth 3. Now, if you want to see the war for Earth 3, I highly recommend that you go ahead and check out my playlist that covers that entire event. But like I said, Green Arrow is probably one of my more favorite lines coming out of this, and that's saying a lot, because Green Arrow has never been in even my top 5 or 10 of DC heroes. But this writing is actually really good. I'm very excited to see what happens and what comes next. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Green Arrow, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with Oliver Queen. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.